Yo, what's up, guys? Today I will be reading How the Grinch Stole Christmas. This is the 1966 version, I think. Yeah, this is the one that stars Boris Karloff and stuff. So you know what we are going to be reading, and I'll even sing for you guys here. And let's get into it. Here's the first part. Fahu Forest, Dahu Doris, welcome Christmas, bring your light. Fahu Forest, Dahu Doris, welcome in the cold of night. Welcome Christmas, Fahu Ramas, welcome Christmas, Dahu Damas, welcome Christmas while we stand eye to heart and hand in hand. Drum up the tree with Christmas style like bingo balls and hoo-hoo fluff. Drum up the town where hoo-hoo goes and play some things in one. Trim every blessed window and trim every blessed door. Hang up boo-boo-hoo bricks. Then run out and get some more. He pentukas on the ceiling, pile of hookahs on the floor. Trim every blessed needle on the blessed Christmas tree. Christmas comes tomorrow. Trim you, trim me. Dream with fuzz and fuzz and flip and floose and was. Drum up your uncle and your aunt and hearts of who fluck flame. Every who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot, but the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas the whole Christmas season. Now please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could have been perhaps that his shoes were too tight. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was two sizes too small. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve hating the Who's, staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm lighted windows below in their town. For he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now, hanging a holly who wreath. And they're hanging their stockings, he snarled with a sneer. Tomorrow is Christmas, it's practically here. Then he growled with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming. I must find some way to keep Christmas from coming. For tomorrow I know all the Who girls and boys will wake bright and early. They'll rush for their toys. And then, oh the noise, noise. There's one thing I hate. Oh, the noise. And those shrieks, squeaks, and squeals race around on their wheels. They'll dance with jinglers tied onto their heels. They'll blow their floofers, they'll bang their tartukas, they'll blow their hoo whoopers, they'll bang their gardukas. They'll spin their trumtrukas, they'll slam their slew slunkas. They'll beat their blum loopas, they'll wham their hoo wonkas. And then they'll play noisy games like Zoozit or Karze, a roller skate type of lacrosse and corte. And then they'll make ear-splitting noises galooks on their great big electro hoo carnio flux. And then the Who's, young and old, will sit down to a feast. And they'll feast, and they'll feast, and they'll feast. They'll feast on Who pudding and rare Who roast beast. Raw roast beast is a feast I can't stand in the least. And they'll do something I hate most of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, they'll stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They'll stand hand in hand, and those Who's will start singing. Fahu Forest, Dahu Doris, welcome Christmas, come this way. Fahu Forest, Dahu Doris, welcome Christmas, Christmas Day. Welcome, Fahu Ramis, welcome, Dahu Damas. Christmas Day is in our grasp, so long as we have hands to clasp. Fahu Forest, Dahu Doris, And they'll sing, and they'll sing, and they'll sing, 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 sing. And the more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas Sing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years I've put up with it now. I must stop Christmas from coming. But how? Then he got an idea. An awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. I know just what to do, the Grinch laughed in his throat. I'll make a quick Santa Claus hat and a coat. And he chuckled and clucked. What a great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I'll look just like Saint Nick. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch. You're a bad banana with a greasy black peel. You're a monster, Mr. Grinch. Your heart's an empty hole. Your brain is full of spiders. You've got garlic in your soul, Mr. Grinch. I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole. All I need is a reindeer. The Grinch looked around, but since reindeer was scarce, there were none to be found. Did that stop the Grinch? Ha! The Grinch simply said, if I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So he took his dog Max and he got some black thread and he tied a big horn on the top of his head. And then he loaded some bags of some old empty sacks on a ramshackle sleigh and he whistled for Max. Then the Grinch said, "Gee-ya!" And the sleigh started down towards the homes where the Who's lay a-snooze in their town. All the windows were dark, no one knew he was there. All the Who's were all dreaming sweet dreams without care when he came to the first little house of the square. This is stop number 1, the old Grinchy Claus hissed as he climbed on the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch, but if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. Then he got stuck only once for a minute or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue. Where the little Who stockings are hung all in a row. These stockings, he Grinch, are the first things to go. Then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant around the whole room, and he took every present. Popkas, pampukas, pantukas, and drums, checkerboards, bisselbings, popcorn, and plums. And he stuffed them in bags. Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags, one by one, up the chimney. You're a vile one, Mr. Grinch. You have termites in your smile. You have all the tender sweetness of a seasick crocodile, Mr. Grinch. Given the choice between the two of you, I take the seasick crocodile. You're rotten, Mr. Grinch. You're the king of sinful thoughts. Your heart's a dead tomato splashed with moldy purple spots, Mr. Grinch. You're a 3-decker sauerkraut and toadstool sandwich with arsenic sauce. Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast beast. He cleaned that icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took the last can of Who hash. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee. Now, said the Grinch, I will stuff up the tree. As the Grinch took the tree, as he started to shove, he heard a small sound like the coo of a dove. He turned around fast and he saw a small Who, little Cindy Lou Who was no more than 2. She stared at the Grinch and said, Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why? But you know that old Grinch was so smart and so slick, he thought up a lie, and he thought it up quick. Why, my sweet little tot, the fake Santa Claus lied. There's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, then I'll bring it back here. And his fib fooled the child. Then he patted her head, and he got her a drink, and he sent her to bed. And when Cindy Lou Who was in bed with her cup, he crept to the chimney and stuffed the tree up. Then he went up the chimney himself, the old liar, and the last thing he took was the log for their fire. On their walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire. And the one speck of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse. Then he did the same thing to the other whose houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other whose mouses. You nauseate me, Mr. Grinch, with a nauseous super nos. You're a crooked, dirty jockey, and you drive a crooked hoss, Mr. Grinch. Your soul is an appealing dump heap overflowing with the most disgraceful assortment of rubbish imaginable. Mangled up, entangled up knots. You're a foul one, Mr. Grinch. You're a nasty, wasty skunk. Your heart is full of unwashed socks. Your soul is full of gunk, Mr. Grinch. The three words that best describe you are as follows, and I quote: stink, stank, stunk. It was quarter of dawn, all the who's still abed, all the who's still a snooze when he packed up his sled. Packed it up with their presents, their ribbings, their wrappings, their snoof and their fuzzles, their tringlers and trappings. 10,000 feet up the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip-top to dump it. Pooh-pooh to the whoos, he was grinchily humming. They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up, I know just what they'll do. The mouths will hang up in a minute or two, then the whoos down in Whoville will all cry, boo-hoo. That's a noise, grinned the Grinch, that I simply must hear. He paused, and the Grinch put a hand to his ear. And he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow. For who forest who doorways, welcome Christmas, come this way. For who forest who doorways, welcome Christmas, Christmas Day. Welcome, welcome, Fahuramas. Welcome, welcome, Dahudamas. Christmas Day is in our grasp, so long as we have hands to clasp. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, the sound sounded glad. Every who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same. And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled and puzzled till his puzzle was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit more. What happened then? Well, in Whoville, they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And then the true meaning of Christmas came through, and the Grinch found the strength of 10 Grinches plus 2. And now that his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light. With a smile on his soul, he descended Mount Crumpet, cheerfully blowing hoo-hoo on his trumpet. He rode into Whoville. He brought back their toys. He brought back their floof to the Who girls and boys. He brought back the snoof and the tringlers and fuzzles. He brought back their pantukas, their dafflers and wuzzles. He brought everything back, all the food for the feast, and he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beast. Welcome Christmas, bring your cheer. Cheer to all who's far and near. Christmas Day is in our grasp so long as we have hands to grasp. Christmas Day will always be just as long as we have we. Welcome Christmas while we stand, heart to heart and hand in hand. And that is the Grinch. Again, this is based on the 1966 version, I believe. Let me just check real quick. Oh yeah, it says How the Grinch Stole Christmas cartoon full text. So this is technically based on the 1966 cartoon. So you know what? Let's do that. So let's leave it at that, and you know, just overall Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year as well. And, just enjoy yourself and make sure you spend time with those who you love. And, yeah, believe what you want to believe. And, I'll just here be here playing this How the Grinch Stole Christmas on Nintendo DS. It's actually a pretty fun game. But you know what, guys? Again, Merry Christmas and, have a good rest of your day.